Welcome to the online public meeting for the 29 Road Interchange at I-70 PEL study. All graphics presented here are also available on the project website if you'd like to view them in more detail. This presentation will provide an update regarding progress on the study and present the draft study recommendations for public comment. Mesa County and the City of Grand Junction will consider feedback received before finalizing the recommendations. After you are done viewing this video, please let us know what you think of the draft study recommendations by submitting a comment on the project webpage by August 27, 2020. The City of Grand Junction and Mesa County have been working together since the 1980s to build a transportation network that makes commuting easier and provides more options for getting into and around Grand Junction. An interchange on I-70 at 29 Road has long been identified in local and regional plans to enhance local and regional connectivity. In 2018, the City and County began the 29 Road Interchange at I-70 Planning and Environmental Linkages, or PEL, study to determine the best way to provide enhanced access to I-70 northeast of downtown Grand Junction. This study investigated existing and future traffic conditions and reviewed environmental resources in the study area, consisting of the City of Grand Junction and unincorporated Mesa County, northeast of downtown Grand Junction. The purpose and need is the guiding statement of this project. This statement was established in coordination with agency stakeholders and reviewed at the project's first public meeting, held in February 2019. This was used to develop alternatives and criteria to evaluate those alternatives. The purpose of the project is to enhance the region's transportation network to improve local and regional connectivity and to provide enhanced access to and from I-70 to planned land use. Planning and environmental linkages is a study process used to identify transportation issues, priorities, and environmental concerns. This studies process considered input of community members and agency stakeholders to establish the project purpose and need and decide how alternatives should be evaluated. It narrowed down the range of alternatives to recommend an approximate location for a new interchange along I-70. Once approved by the Federal Highway Administration, the PEL study documentation and recommendations can move forward into additional study and design as funding becomes available. There is currently no construction funding for the new interchange. This comprehensive study began in fall of 2018 and is anticipated to be complete in fall 2020. Using input gathered from a public meeting and technical team meetings with agency stakeholders, improvement concepts were developed and evaluated. The study's traffic engineers examined origin-destination data to better understand the major travel patterns that may be served by a new interchange along I-70 between Horizon Drive and I-70B. A new interchange would serve as a more direct route for traffic traveling between US 50 and many parts of Grand Junction to I-70. Four interchange alternatives were developed to improve connectivity and enhance access to and from I-70 and planned land use north of I-70. All alternatives also include a connection to the existing North I-70 frontage road. Alternative 1 includes improvements at the Horizon Drive interchange to allow for more capacity and better traffic flow, and a new roadway around the airport property to connect to the North I-70 frontage road at 29 Road. Alternative 2 consists of a new grade-separated interchange on I-70 at 29 Road, as well as improvements along 29 Road from I-70 to Patterson Road to safely accommodate additional vehicular traffic, bicyclists, and pedestrians. Alternative 3 involves a new grade-separated interchange on I-70, midway between the existing Horizon Drive and I-70B interchanges, with a connection to 30 Road, and necessary improvements along 30 Road from I-70 to Patterson Road. Alternative 4 would reconfigure the existing I-70B interchange and add a new roadway north of I-70 to connect with the North I-70 frontage road at 29 Road. The interchange alternatives and a no-action, do-nothing alternative were then evaluated against screening criteria. The purpose of this screening was to identify alternatives that meet the purpose and need and can then move forward for consideration in future National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA, processes. 2 interchange alternatives met the project purpose and need and could therefore move forward into a future NEPA study. Alternative 2, the new I-70 29 Road Interchange, and Alternative 3, the new Midpoint Interchange. The no-action alternative does not meet the purpose and need. However, it is carried forward for baseline comparison with any interchange alternatives. The other alternatives did not meet the purpose and need and were eliminated from further consideration for this project. Although 2 interchange alternatives were carried forward, one alternative meets the purpose and need to a higher degree, as it has already been included in existing adopted local and regional plans and would have fewer community and property impacts. Alternative 2, the new I-70 29 Road Interchange with North Connection, is the only interchange alternative recommended by this study. This study identified the potential interchange location along I-70. The interchange configuration and layout will be developed and evaluated during the next phase of project development following the PEL study. The recommended interchange alternative includes improvements along 29 Road between I-70 and Patterson Road to better accommodate future traffic volumes and multimodal safety and mobility. The city's standard cross-section of 110 feet is preferred in sections with wider available right-of-way, such as the northern portion of the corridor. A narrowed cross-section of 90 feet with reduced median and sidewalk buffer width would be considered where needed to minimize property impacts. Details of this roadway design will be determined with community input during future project design phases. Emphasis will be placed on avoiding and minimizing impacts to adjacent properties. Several intersections along 29 Road are expected to be improved with enhancements such as a traffic signal or roundabout, including Brodick Way, F&a-Half Road, and Bonito Avenue. Other intersections providing neighborhood access along 29 Road would have minor intersection improvements with the potential for limiting turn movements to improve safety, such as conversion to serve right-in, right-out movements only. The intersection and multimodal improvements would consider the area's school access and circulation needs. The Patterson Road intersection would also be improved with additional turn lanes and signal improvements to facilitate traffic movements. Once study recommendations are finalized, they will be documented in a future PEL study report, which will be made available on the project webpage. This PEL study investigated options to improve connectivity and enhance access to and from I-70 and planned land use north of I-70. Mesa County and the City of Grand Junction have secured funding for an environmental clearance study of the recommended improvements. This effort will include public input opportunities. Funding for the interchange construction and related 29 Road improvements has not yet been identified, so timing of construction is uncertain. The project is a priority transportation improvement for Mesa County and the City of Grand Junction. Thank you for watching this update video for the 29 Road Interchange at I-70 PEL study and for learning about the draft study recommendations. Your input is requested regarding these transportation improvements and will be used to refine recommendations to move into future phases of project development. To leave a comment or ask a question, please use the comment link at the bottom of the project webpage. Your input is essential.